let's get started with the basic keyboard shortcuts. And just one thing that you have to keep in mind is that if you click on this section right here, and I'm just going to move myself around, and you click on keyboard shortcuts, you're going to find all of the Figma's keyboard shortcuts directly here. So if at any time you want to revise these, this is actually the best way to go about it. Now, that being said, the very first one, and of course the most common, is going to be spacebar, and that is going to enable you to pan around the file, which of course it's going to be very, very important. Now, another keyboard shortcut that I use all of the time is the one to create frames, which is F, and it's quite simple. Most of these keyboard shortcuts are actually the initial letter of the element, so that is going to make it very easy for you to remember it. And I also highly encourage you to remember all of the keyboard shortcuts of the basic shapes, because you're going to use them all the time. For example, R for rectangle, O for the oval, and then you can see them all over here. Line is going to be L, so very easy. And then you can also remember, for example, the arrow, which is going to save you a little bit of time, Shift plus L, instead of having to create a line and then select the end point or the starting point to be a line arrow. You can save some time by doing that, as well as the pen tool, which is going to be P. So all of these tools are actually very easy to remember because they're simply the initial of the tool itself. Now, other elements which are, or shortcuts which are incredibly important to memorize and keep in mind are going to be the Alt and the Option key in order to create a quick duplicate of an element. So again, Alt Option, and you can easily create a duplicate by simply using the left mouse button and drag that element. And you can also do it manually by simply using Command C and then Command V. So basically this is a very common keyboard shortcut. It's going to enable you to, first of all, copy the element, so Command C, and then Command V is going to paste it. Now, one more element that you have to keep in mind is going to be Command Z, which is going to bring you back in history to one action back. So if you use Command Z multiple times, you can easily go back and basically undo what you created. However, there is another combination which is going to enable you to bring you forward. So that is going to be Command Shift plus Z. So this is actually going to bring you forward in the timeline. So if you undo something for accident, you can very easily also bring it back unless you create another action which is then going to collide with the timeline as you're creating a new branch of actions. So these are going to be the absolute basics, and of course the move tool is going to be very important to keep in mind so that you can easily and quickly switch between for example, one mode and the other. So say that I'm creating a rectangle and I want to go back to the move tool for some reason. Maybe I selected a frame and I want to go back, simply use V, and you're going to be able to go back to the move tool, which is going to mainly be resetted by default to the move tool. So it's not really going to be something that you're going to need to use all the time, but definitely nice to have. Another great thing to keep in mind is the scale tool. That is going to be with K. So if you type K, you can see how you can very easily scale up and down an element by leveraging the scale tool. And at this point, we can use V in order to go back to the move tool once again. Other one which is going to be used all the time is going to be the typography, so T. So T for typography, you can enter text, of course, and that is going to make it very easy, as well as the comment, which is going to be using the C. So you can quickly add comments, and that is going to really make it easy and fast as you're collaborating and just dropping comments in your Figma file. Now we discussed frames, but one other element that you're going to want to add in that is going to contain multiple frames is going to be the section, and the section is going to be Shift plus S, and with Shift plus S I can create a section very quickly. So these are going to be some of the basic keyboard shortcuts. Other ones which you're going to use all the time is going to be the auto layout. So for example, if I need to create an auto layout between these two elements, I simply select them and then I use Shift plus A, and the auto layout was created. Alternatively, I might want to create a group between these two elements. So I'm going to use Command plus G, and that is going to ungroup. And if I want to ungroup it, I simply use Command plus G plus Shift. So by doing that, I'm going to ungroup these elements. So these are going to be the very most common elements that you're going to utilize. Other one is going to be I in order to use the color picker. So this is going to enable you to pick a color very fast, of course. And after that, you essentially can, my best recommendation would be to review all of these keyboard shortcuts plus more in this section. These I would say are the very most common one, which I personally use all of the time in my day-to-day as a UI UX designer. However, there's definitely going to be other ones which probably do not come to mind, but you can review them, all of them directly here. Other ones that I can think of is Command plus and Command minus in order to zoom in and zoom out, although you can do that also with the scroll wheel. And of course, you can also utilize the text in order to create, for example, with Command B, bold, underline. I think that most of you are going to be familiar already with this type of keyboard shortcuts because they're used in any text editor, so from Word to Notion and even Gmail. So most of you are probably going to already be familiar with those. But I would say this is definitely a great overview of the most common keyboard shortcuts, which I think at the bare minimum you should be familiar with these because it's going to make your life easier. And again, I would recommend spending initially at the beginning of the day just 5 minutes to revise these. After a couple of days, you're going to notice that a lot of these are going to become second nature, and right after that you're going to literally fly on Figma, as it's going to be easier than ever to work on a design project.